Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys so very much for subscribing to my channel. Now guys, in today's video it's gonna be very simple and easy. Now guys, if you remember from the last video that I did about Valance, that is, so the last video that I did about Valance is I kind of was showing you guys how to assemble, like how to make tails and how to do swags and patterns or swags and all of that. And I was kind of trying to show you guys how I was assembling this particular style I was doing. But for those of you who are confused a bit about how to get this little part here to actually push the rod through, now this is a completely different one than the one that I did. Someone else actually sewed that part, but they had it onto the board. Now you guys know how the Valance is, and when I was making I think the pattern for this, I was actually showing how to get a little fall here for when you're going to be using the board. But guys, when you're not going to be using the board, it's a different situation, because now you're going to be using that so you can use rods. Now when you're going to use this, what you need to do is to figure out how you're going to be cutting. Now if you have a window that is 60 inches wide, guys, you cannot cut or have your pattern or have your actual Valance. It cannot finish at the exact 60. You have to have at least, when you're cutting for this part, you cut 4 inches on both sides. You cut 4 inches extra for both sides. The reason being, if the window is 60 wide, when a rod is hung, you always see them go over like 2.5 or 3 inches over. So like this one, it's like 3 inches over on both sides. So you want your Valance to go all the way out. But remember, unlike curtains where you just pull from one side to the next, the Valance usually goes, and you can see that it's steady, and then all of this part actually carries all of the style and the gathers and stuff like that. So for this part, if you're cutting for a window that is 60 inches wide, you cut 4 inches for each sides extra. So you would cut at 68 inches. Then if your rod only hangs 3, that is for if your rod hangs at 3 inches over. When you fold, and let me go a little bit closer, when you fold here and you get a 1 inch thick fold, I did a 1 inch, I hope you guys can see that. Actually this is a little bit more than 1 inch, to be honest with you. I think I did 1.5 and it finished off at like 1.25 inches, as you can see how far it goes in. And what you would do is to basically cut wherein you're adding the extra 3 inches on both sides of the both ends of the Valance, and then you also need to put on the extra inch for the folds. So you cut at 68 inches for a 60-inch window if your rods hang 3 inches out, and then after you get 1 inch there, 1 inch there, you finish at 66. And if you measure to the way how the rod would probably end, if it's 3 inches over, you would find that you would end up with your 66 inches, right? And so that's the length that you would cut this part. However, as of to how wide, usually you try and get 2 inches in between here. So let's go up here. You try and get 2 or 2.5 inches in between here. I think this is 2.5, and then you can get 1 inch or 1.5 inches up here. Now judging from the way how you are gonna cut, I actually cut this at 8 inches wide. You can also cut 7 inches wide. Now I cut it at 8 inches because I know I'm gonna lose 1/2 inch fold here, and also when I fold in the back I'm going to lose 1/2 inch. So that would actually take me down to 7 inches. And of course, if you're gonna be going if you're gonna be getting the folds here, you need it wide enough, so you go 2 or 2.5 inches here. It depends. I think I went like 2 or a little bit over 2, but from here to here I actually did at 3.5. So all of this is 3.5 inches. So all of that 3.5 inches. And you want to be able to and you want to be able to assemble them and not have this too tight onto this. You want to have space. So you want to have space, and if you don't have to, you can just fold it like that. You don't necessarily have to cut so wide, but for those persons who want to have the little thing up here, that is the measurement that you'd use. 8 inches or 7 inches. It depends on how much you want up here to like show. Okay, now the way how you would go about assembling this is, you would first assemble these pieces, and after you assemble these pieces, you would take the measurement for this. You make sure you stitch a 1 inch at that end, 1 inch at that end, and then you fold. You would place that part right side facing right side. So you would tack all these pieces together and sew them, and then you make sure that they finish at 66 inches. Then you take your 66 inch from that part and you put right side facing right side, and you put it at the edge and you stitch along there. You put the stitch in the front. When you fold it over, you fold over the back of it, and when I say fold over, you're now folding over to get this part so you can push this thing through. So after you do the front stitch, you fold the fabric over, so now you see the right side of it, and you get a 1/2 inch fold going all the way down, and you base that, you stitch that, and now you're going to leave with this opening. What you do is you get a 1 inch or 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch fold stitch going all the way down. This would leave this having the bigger space, and this a little, you can even go 1 inch. I think this is like 1.25, and this is like 2.25 or something like that. And but yeah, that's how I finished off this. And somebody else actually sewed that, had it on the board, and my client took it down, washed it, gave it to me, and told me to put on the top, because I did. You guys can see from the last set of valances I was doing, it was for the same client, and she saw the way how I did it, and she wanted to convert these where she used the right, because she wants to stop using the board. So it's pretty simple and easy. I hope this made sense. You cut 68 inches, you get a 1 inch fold, 1 inch fold, you assemble these pieces, you take that after you stitch the 1 inch, you put it right side facing right side, so you have the wrong side facing up at you, and you just stitch right along there. Then you fold over it, do a 1/2 inch fold in the back, stitch along there, and then you get a 1 inch or 1.25 inch stitch going at the top, and you have something to push your rod through. It's very simple and easy. I'm going to show you guys another one that I did, which is a little bit different, and I use a Waterfall Valance pattern for this one, and this one is a little bit different. It's for a bathroom window, so let me show you guys. Okay guys, now I know you can barely see this. I'm going to go a little bit closer, but I actually use Waterfall Valance. Now I know this doesn't look very appealing to you from afar, however, I actually just pasted it. Let me go a little bit closer so you guys can see. This white, forgive me, it's actually some bathroom curtains. No, I'm a little too close. You guys can't see. Anyways, I did the same method for the top of this, and I used 3 waterfall patterns. So let me paint them out, because this is white and I know you guys can't see it so well. But this is actually a bathroom curtain, and this is only 35 inches long. Again, I'm putting up the same place, so don't worry in terms of, as you guys can see, I have a little split in the middle of it. Obviously not the window that it's going, but I just wanted to show you guys this. Now pay attention, I use the same method for the top of this. I know you can't see it that well because it's white, but I use the same method. Now guys, this is a waterfall pattern, so it has the little thing in the middle. Now I know you guys probably look and say, no, waterfall pattern, you know, it doesn't look that way and it's not supposed to look like this. But guess what guys, it's the same pattern that I use for all of my Waterfall Valance. I have a big one and I have a small one. This is a small one that I use. But guys, the window that this is going to is very small. And so I wanted to show you guys, because there's two methods to doing a valance. Now, when in cases like this, where you have, and you see I stretched it out like that, and so the waterfall valance, it doesn't give the nice little curve that is supposed to curve up that you'll see. The reason why is because these are 42. These two little pieces that I put together is two separate curtains. And they're 42. You know what, guys? I'm going to do a video to actually explain a little bit better, because there's two different ways. If you're going to be doing the valance attaching to the curtain, there's two ways, because if you want the top of the valance to, and let me show you guys, all I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be taking this, and now the waterfall valance, the waterfall is going to come to life. The window that this is going to is only 36 inches wide. But each one of these little curtains, each one of these parts are 42 inches. But because it's so thin, I had to get it together up. So you have like, you're working with 84 inches. Now, okay, look at it now. All of a sudden, ta-da! The waterfall valance start to come into play, and you start really seeing the style of it. Let me see if I can back out a little bit more. This is white, so you can't really see it that well. If you're gonna be doing a valance that you want it, the top to gather up, just like how you have that gathering up now, it depends on the type of pattern that you're gonna use, because certainly you're not gonna be using certain patterns that when it gathers up like that, it can't form. So I actually used waterfall for this, because the waterfall gives me the opportunity to run the course of the top of it as wide as I want it, as wide as these can stretch. But yet when I gather it up to fit the particular window, I'll get the style of the waterfall valance. So I'm gonna do a video in which I actually show you guys. But there's another way where you gather up the bottom fabrics. If you want to have the same waterfall valance pattern, you would use the top and you get it to fit the exact measurement of the window, and you add on whatever inches you need to add on. And so when you go in, and when I say add on, I'm talking about like the 3 inch, and you add on your 1 inch extra for your little sides, you fold, and then you would get, so you would try and get the top to fit into the window. But for a style like this where I'm using the waterfall valance, I can get this to go as wide as the fabrics. So I actually finished these at 84 inches wide, you guys. 84 inches. And the window that it's going in is only 36 inches wide. And the reason why I can do it is because of the style of the valance, the style of the curtain that I'm using. And in order to get the valance, the style to fuse with the curtain, I can run the course of the curtain as of the whole wide, both of them would be together, and then use a waterfall valance. And when I pull it down, as of the way how it would end up falling into the window. And this is still too wide because the window is only 36 inches wide. And when that goes in, the style of the valance is a lot more flowy. It won't be as stiff as it was before when I had it out. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna have to do another video actually showing you guys, because there's a little trick to it. There's a little trick to it that you need to learn. However, it's quick and easy and simple, and once you learn these things, you guys, you can never get it out. Anyways, you guys, this thing, look, it's so white you can barely see it. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for joining me on this video, and I hope this video helped you in some way or another. And I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you so very much for joining me. Remember, there's always a link in the description box to my other channel. Go and check that out. I know I've been slacking a little bit on those videos, but I am coming with some new content soon. Don't worry, guys, but whatever is over there, go ahead, check those videos out and watch. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment now. Don't be afraid. And I'll see you guys on another video. Bye, guys.